Masks. Everyone wears at least one. I'm sure you, yourself, have at least 2 or 3 in your arsenal. Your customer service voice, the mask of perfection you wear for your family, the perfectly respectful one reserved for strangers, the nonchalant, chill, cool one you show your potential lovers and friends. The mask of your social media doppelganger, always more successful, skinnier, prettier than you, perfect, flawless, and you don't even know who that is. They have your face, parts of it anyway, filtered to perfection with improved lighting and photoshopped hips and a flatter stomach, bigger muscles. But who are they really? The best version of you? Or what society wants to see from you? Because in my experience, the two are mutually exclusive. We're all liars, it seems. No one is 100% themselves, 100% of the time, and in that sense, can we ever really know anyone? Can we ever really know ourselves? Makeup, beards, wigs, toupees, colored contacts, elf ears. We put so much emphasis on youth, on beauty, on fantasy, on success and happiness, perfection. But life is never really perfect. Real life is messy. Real life is balding. Real life has dark circles under its eyes. Real life is laughing too loud at inappropriate jokes. Real life is singing badly to songs from your childhood that most people would think are lame today. Real life is awkward conversations with loved ones about your differing political opinions. Real life is standing up for yourself to people that don't have your best interests at heart. Real life is losing your religion and realizing that your spiritual beliefs and practices actually mean nothing to you. Real life is waking up in a hospital in what feels like a paper nightgown and socks that grip the floor. Real life is hard, and sometimes you may need a break, like I did, and that's okay. I try to be as authentic as possible. I've never hidden the scars on my arms, nor the stitched tattoos that remind me not to carve more. But how authentic can one be, truly, when they still don't really know themselves? I'm 33 years old, about to be 34 in a few months, and I am nowhere near successful. My book that I worked so hard on over the course of 10 years, inspired by parental abuse as well as abuse from romantic partners, sold less than 10 copies. That's okay, I tell myself. I wrote it for me, to heal. And while that's partially true, I did really want to help people that have gone through the same things, to help them heal too, and help them forgive and move on, and leave their abusers behind. But even I haven't done that fully, I suppose. When I was 14, I stayed up all night crying, begging God to change me, to erase this growing attraction I had toward my male friends. He didn't answer. When I was 17, I was forced out of the closet by my sister. My mother said I wasn't her son. My father almost hit me. They destroyed all of their things and locked me away in my room for months, and the one I loved abandoned me. I suffered alone for what seemed like an eternity, only allowed to go to school and to church. My own personal hell. Until I ran away. I moved in with my best friend. She and her family were wonderful, and I tried to move on, but that darkness still resided within me. I took 1 semester in college and dropped out, an unmedicated, anxious, bipolar mess, running back to the first person that broke my heart because he was the only person that really ever made me feel anything. Everyone that ever broke my heart still haunts me, and I don't understand why. Yet another thing I'm not comfortable enough to tell my therapist. After a growing interest in Wicca during my teenage years, I finally converted to paganism. I followed goddess Isis, a beautiful, if imaginary, replacement for the love I craved from my actual mother. I lit candles, cast spells, learned to manifest, but none of it really meant anything to me. And when I lived in Salem, Massachusetts, with my abusive high priest ex, I saw just how fake a lot of pagans are. Just like Christians in their pulpits, these people knew that they were selling a fantasy to the hurt and the wounded who craved any sort of escape, and the price was always way too high. Of course, not all pagans and witches are like this, but it, coupled with the abuse I was suffering, was just enough to break me. After I came home to the South, I finished the book I had been writing since I was forced out of the closet at 17. And with that out of my system, I really sat down and thought about it, and realized that I wasn't truly capable of worshiping anything, and I'm not quite sure if anyone else is either. I didn't believe in magic, I didn't believe in God, I didn't believe in Isis, I didn't believe in spell work or manifestation. The only thing I did still believe in was love. I had met a beautiful man, the one that read my book and took me on our first date to Build-A-Bear, where we made Theodore for my novel. In fact, he was the one that encouraged me to get it published. My partner, not Theodore, though he is pretty supportive. But the darkness still had its grasp on me. I had always been a bit paranoid, mostly about my partners cheating on me or my friends not truly liking me. But I began to hear voices when my back was turned, and truth be told, I'm still not certain if they were real or not. It only got worse from there, and I tried to take my own life. And after a week-long stay in a mental hospital, I was finally medicated. Slowly but surely, my manic episodes died down, my anxiety lifted, my depression slowly faded, and I was finally able to enjoy life again. I'm starting therapy up again this year, and my creativity has returned. I'm returning to YouTube, obviously, to writing, and making art and crafting, and I couldn't be more excited. So that's me unmasked, the naked truth of where I've been for the past year. I know I'll never truly be 100% myself all the time, around everyone, but I'm finally getting to know myself, and so far, I like the guy. He's pretty cool. He's not an elf or a fairy or a witch or a merman. He's human. No magic powers or enchanted swords, but he's fighting a war, alright. Just like I know a lot of you are. And I want to tell you that it's okay. You're okay. We're going to be okay. Because that's all I ever really wanted to hear.